What's up, y'all? I'm Miabelle, and finally we're back with another episode of Momma, I Made It, which features the newest and the hottest talent, and I'm really excited about this one because she's a woman. She's beautiful, she's super talented, and without further ado, let's go meet her. She goes by the name of Kitty Cash, reppin' Brooklyn. Back to the very beginning, your inspirations in music and what kind of got you into the door.
Well, I would say around like 2014, 15, I started DJing for an artist named Kilo Quiche.
Okay.
And she's more of an indie artist, but she was adjacent to Odd Future. Okay. And at the time they were like, you know, new and underground.
Girl, I know.
mean, at that time it was like, oh, Odd Future, okay, that's different. But anyway, they were in the internet. Matt Martian, who's part of the internet, loved Tisha's music, and then she asked me to start DJing.
Okay.
And she was just really one of my best friends and my sister still. And she was like, girl, you should just DJ with me. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then finally she convinced me after a night out, and I was like, all right, let's just do it. And then we started touring, and literally after our second tour with the internet, it was a European tour. I'll never forget it. That tour, I was like, DJing is going to be my life. It was just, that energy was different. We were in London, we were going to these raves, and I was like, this is what they be doing?
Right.
For their life?
Right. And then for some people, they never get to go outside of their neighborhood or outside of their city.
And I have family. I myself was a product of that.
Same.
Where I was afraid to leave my neighborhood. I was afraid to like be outside of Brooklyn.
Right.
You know? And I feel like that experience was like, Cash, you're gonna take a chance on yourself or you're gonna be afraid.
Right.
So then I started doing these mixtapes called Love the Free.
Okay.
It was my mixtape series. It was my version of the DJ drama and canon and everything I grew up on, but I was like, how can I do that but make it my own? So I had artists like Doja Cat before she was Doja Cat, Willow Smith, Vic Mensa, Dev Hines, Solange, like everybody was on these mixtapes.
Right.
Before they blew up. And so, you know, that kind of created its own little buzz in a grassroots way.
Yeah.
Because I was just dropping them on SoundCloud. It's like I was just dropping it on SoundCloud and Tumblr at the time, and literally people just started finding me.
Ooh.
And that's how I got my foot into the door.
Can we talk about your producing and how you got into putting these sounds together? And look, when I tell you, before I heard the record that we getting ready to talk about, I didn't know what to expect. I really didn't. And as soon as I hit play, I said, okay, we got something here. We got a lot here.
It's like, it's so surreal to be sitting here and talking to you or anyone about the fact that I have music out, because I feel like it's something that I've always wanted to do.
Yeah.
And during the pandemic, I was able to finally start working on it. But I've been DJing for about like 9-10 years.
Right.
And over the course of that, you come in contact with every form of music, from EDM to jazz fusion to rap to trap, UK grime, everything. And I feel like, you know, with this project, I just kind of wanted to take from all of my experiences and just show my palette.
The record is called Just Fine.
Just Fine, yeah.
And Kiana Lede is the voice on it.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Killed it.
Now, this is your first baby.
It's my baby.
Like, your baby.
It's like really like holding the baby. Like, you know, it's like as soon as we were finished, I played it in the car, in my house, cooking, sent it to my mother, my auntie, my friends.
Right.
I got every type of feedback. I was like, rip this apart and give it back to me. The feedback was so good. I was shook. I was like, what? You like it?
And it's important to get feedback from the people that you love and like, you know, people that you trust. In the beginning, I always thought like, you know, keep things a secret, put it out when you're ready. No, get all of the feedback that you need.
I mean, if you're not going to like trust your immediate circle and network of people, you're not utilizing them the way that you should. They love you and they want the best for you, I would hope.
Right.
And so for me, constructive criticism was like everything. I was like, yo, I'm gonna send this to my favorite DJs, my friends that are DJs or producers or in this industry, and even outside of it that I just think have great musical taste.
Yeah.
And you know, it was the feedback was so strong.
Yeah.
I was like, I was on cloud 9, and then finally after like playing it, I even played it at a few parties on my own.
Okay.
Which is cool too.
Yeah.
To see how that, I was like,
hello,
play my own song. And then I was like, okay, cool, I'm ready. Like, let's make this the first song. For anyone that is watching that may have a full-time job and may have a hobby, I would say never make yourself feel like you need to stop one.
Right.
Because I had real responsibilities. I was helping my family with bills.
Yeah.
I was giving my siblings money. I had my own bills. Like, you know?
Yeah.
It's like real life.
Yeah.
So I didn't stop working until I knew that I could survive.
Yeah.
You know,
Off
like
the
that's
thing
a
that
real
you
thing
love.
off of what I love.
Yeah.
And then at first, you know, I felt a little guilty because I was like, damn, I want to give my all to what I love.
Yeah.
But then I knew that if I didn't, I wouldn't be able to help out.
Yeah.
So finally, like, there was times when like I would be at work and then have a gig.
Yeah.
I'm not there no more, so it don't matter. And then like I would act like I was going to meetings and I would be running to a gig, DJing for 2 hours and going back to the office.
Yeah.
And then after the office, going to DJ like parties for $500 or whatever it was till 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, back at the office by 9. Like every day.
That's the kind of hustle.
It's
I'm
the
talking
hustle.
about.
It's like, I don't really have the documentation of it like that, but that's what it was.
Right.
It was like, oh, you want to do this? Free, money, this. I said no to nothing.
Yeah.
I wasn't above anything.
Yeah.
You know, and I think you have to stay in that space where it's like, I'm not above this. I want every experience.
Exactly.
You know, I love this. Do you love it?
Right.
Or
And then it pays off.
And then it pays off.
It
And then
does.
you're like, oh, I done quit. I'm doing this full time. That's all I got.
Yeah.
It's like crazy.
And you get to truly be the person that, you know, you've always wanted to, and kind of walk into your purpose with no strings attached,
And
because you've done it already.
You've done it, and it's like a part of it where I wouldn't have even imagined this when I graduated.
Right.
You know, like this literally was a whole plot twist for me.
Yeah.
But now, like we always joke, Keisha and I'm like, girl, we done had a whole different career. We went to school for one thing and did something else. But I think if you take a chance on yourself and you really like invest everything and all you got into it, it then shows you like, yeah, this is where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful.
Now I'm still here, so I think I made the right choice.
Yeah. Emily's probably so proud of you for sure.
Yes, but you know, I got a West Indian and black family, so at first they were like,
I know
what
how that go. Right.
are you doing?
And where's the money?
They're like, you
because
partying?
that's what they asked first.
Right. How much you making?
Right.
You did that for free?
Right.
It's like,
don't even tell them. If you coming up, don't even tell them.
You just gotta
Don't.
do it.
Just
because
do it.
I had a lot of no's even within my family at
Yeah.
first, you know, so even if anyone's like, oh, like, it probably was just easy, it wasn't.
Right.
Like, I would go home, I'd be bawling, crying
Yeah.
because, you know, they're like, you about to give up your financial stability and security to randomly start something you don't even know how to work the remote.
Right.
And then, you know, and then
Yeah.
you're like beating yourself up, like, am I making the right decision? But
Right.
at some point, you have to trust your intuition and your passion and your gut.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea.
Yeah.
You know, and now, of course, they're so supportive. They're like, oh, she on tour. She opening for so-and-so. They coming to the shows.
Telling all their friends
Tell-
about you,
you know.
showing pictures. Look at what my baby girl did.
No, literally, like, most recently, I was in a campaign for Guess with IDK.
Congratulations. That's
Thank
great.
you. It's fire. It's really tight. And it was like with me, Cash Page, IDK, and Zanman. And it was really tight. And then I sent like a photo to my dad. And my mom was like, ah. I sent it to my dad. He was like, oh, so you're not broke. You do be working.
Right.
I'm like, I do be working.
Right. And this is my job. Being me, creative and cool. Hello.
But it's really cool, and like now they're very supportive, which is tight. And I think like, of course, your parents just want you to be good.
Exactly.
And I think we are, as I've seen and heard so many people say, like we are breaking these generational curses.
Yeah.
And you know, just doing things our way.
Yeah.
And it can be scary for them at first, but I feel like our generation has a certain fearlessness that that's just like, it's very, it's different.
Yeah.
And it's
the beauty
inspiring,
of it.
you know?
Yeah. I love that. I'm excited for your success.
Thank you.
I'm excited for more records to come.
Me too. I think you're going to be really excited and blown away.
Look, Just Fine did enough for me.
Yes.
And I'm really, really glad that, you know, you followed your purpose and you jumped the gun and did exactly what you wanted to do.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. Like I said, like I grew up on High 97, so I was like, oh, I'm nervous.
Yes. Mama, you made it.
Mama, I made it.
You heard that?